Yeah, I'm the only one with the ASMR this week. Angelo had a mishap last week, right?
Yeah, so I had to open my beer pre-show. If you guys couldn't tell, and hopefully you guys couldn't, but when I opened my beer last Tuesday, there was a little bit of a splatter all over my brand new computer and my brand new microphone. So I didn't want that to happen again this week, and it obviously didn't happen when I opened it off camera. But I do have my beer here, which we're going to talk about shortly. So I don't want to ruin the surprise.
We can't have nice things, can we, Angelo?
We can apparently.
Hey, Michael here from Beer Baseball Blog, The Adventures of Craft Beer and Baseball. This is the Beer Baseball Blogcast, episode 59 for June 15th, 2021. Wherever you are watching us live today, please give us a like and a comment. Let us know that you're out there. And as always, we'd appreciate if you subscribe and turn on those notifications. Some housekeeping before we start. Thank you to our Patreon super supporter, Cowboy Jack Durango, for his contribution on the power hitter level. And thank you to Patreon super supporter, Rachel Elnar, for her contribution on the power hitter level. Also, a shout out to Scott Lost for his contribution on the cleanup hitter level. Check out his comics and merchandise at accidentalaliens.com. If you would like to help us here at the Beer Baseball Blog with all of our efforts, go to our Patreon page. It is patreon.com/beerbaseball. And you can also support us by buying our stickers, buttons, beer coasters on our Etsy page by searching Beer Baseball. Another note, we actually have a premiere of our video of us, Kevin and I. We went to Luchador Brewing in Chino Hills, California, and went to go see the Inland Empire 66ers versus the Fresno Grizzlies. We also interviewed the manager, Joe Hudson, of the Inland Empire 66ers. It is premiering tomorrow at noon Pacific time. So definitely check on our YouTube page. That will be premiering tomorrow. So please check it out. And if you're an Eric Andre fan, I highly recommend staying till the very end. There's a little Easter egg in there if you're an Eric Andre fan.
Awesome.
So check that out. It was fun, and we're definitely can't wait to do more of these. And it was really great just to get out and do all this stuff. I dreaded the editing of this video only because I forgot about that workload, but it all turned out great, and we're looking forward to Kevin and Angelo and I all getting together with our all of our fans out there at a baseball game or brewery. Speaking of that. Here is the lineup card for today. Batting leadoff is the VP of Content Development here at the Beer Baseball Blog, Angelo Trinidad. Welcome.
Hey, Michael. Batting leadoff tonight, but last night I was ninth in the lineup in my return to the diamond as I joined a men's softball league. So I batted ninth in the lineup, and I'm feeling parts of my body that I haven't felt in a long time. So let's just put it that way. So I'm definitely hurting, but had a great time and looking forward to next Monday's game already.
Right on. How was it getting back out there? And I haven't swung a bat in so long. It's I don't even know what it would feel like anymore.
Yeah. So luckily, so this is the second half of the season from 2020 when it was canceled due to COVID. So there's 3 games plus the playoffs. So I didn't play on the team last year, so I'm kind of jumping in, I guess, mid-season, so to speak. So the team manager actually ran a practice on Saturday just to get us loose and get some swings in and some cuts in before the game on Monday. Definitely paid off, because a lot of us, all of us connected basically, and anytime we swung the bat. We ended up losing 7-5, unfortunately. So 4-3 record. We need to win the next 2 games to make the playoffs. But it was a valiant effort, and yours truly went 2 for 3. So
Nice.
Not a bad,
Nice.
not a bad night.
But you batted at the bottom of the lineup?
Yeah. So there's we had 11 batters last night. So I bat ninth. He's with the new guys. He kind of just put them wherever, and we'll kind of place them where they are. And I played the hot corner last night, third base.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. That's sweet. Yeah. Well, I'll definitely. What nights do you play? I don't know if I can make it out there.
Monday nights. Yeah,
Oh, Monday
Monday
night.
night.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, but the games are late. We actually have last night's game was at 7:40. In 2 weeks, the last regular season game, our game is at 8:50. That's almost my bedtime. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, so
Well, if you played at my bedtime, you guys would be playing at 2 a.m. So, unfortunately, our field correspondent and senior research analyst Kevin Lyon is still on his way back, but he will be here. I promise you that. I know his fans, his adoring fans, they always email me, they text me, when is Kevin coming on? He'll be here in a few minutes. Relax. I wanted to give a shout out to the people in the chat. Actually, I'm not sure if my brother's here, but he gets the first title. Thank you, Adam, for checking in. Yes, middle brother checking in early. Bubble Pug is here. Thank you so much for I'm if there's an Iron Man or Iron Woman in this case, Bubble Pug might be it. Yeah, I think she's been here since day one. Cowboy Jack Durango, yes, thank you so much. Daily Sports Talk, thank you for joining us tonight. Who else is out there? Yes, Ed Brown. Yes, Kevin, the Kevin Lyon story as drunk in a ditch. Yes, that's always been his. Colin, thank you so much for joining. And yes, Ed says, yeah, the Hit Machine, definitely. We'll be talking about the Hit King later on tonight. The real Hit King. Okay, so let me switch this up here. Angelo, you have last week you had a really interesting beer, and you have one from the same brewery that you were talking about, and I can't wait for you to talk about this more. What do you got?
Yeah, so tonight I'm also from Brew Yard Beer Company. I'm going to be drinking the Ube One IPA. So we talked briefly about Ube last Tuesday on the episode. Ube is a purple yam that's used quite frequently in cooking in the Filipino culture, primarily with desserts. So we talked about the Ube shortbread cookies at Costco. There's Ube ice cream, and Ube ice cream is usually one of the main ingredients in Filipino dessert delicacy halo halo. So this beer, Ube One, is stuffed with Motueka, Citra, and Northern Brewer hops, and it has a strong tropical fruit, citrus, and piney hop bitterness. And if you guys can see it, you can see it probably better in the picture in the deck, but it's a purple hue because of the light creamy ube finish. So this is going to be the first time I'll be trying it. So let's see what we got. Wow. That's really good.
Nice.
Really, really good.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with this at all, and to understand, I love finding out about like different cultures and the things that they use for like desserts and obviously it's a yam, but they use it for desserts. I mean, that's fascinating to me. So you don't see that very often. I think that's awesome. And then they made a beer out of it. Go figure.
Yeah.
I also saw that it has like a nutty vanilla in there as well.
So I don't. That wasn't in my notes, but it. I guess that can kind of be where the it's a creamy ube finish. So maybe it's a mix of vanilla and the ube. Mm-hmm. I don't really taste it. I can definitely taste the ube in it. But big shout out to Mark and Caitlin. They're the ones that gifted me this wonderful beer. So
yeah,
thank you.
And guys. I love the Star Wars tie-in as well. The ube one. That's amazing. Right on. So thank you so much for that. That's fascinating. And 6.0 on this as well. So
6.0 and 41 IBU. So right now.
Wow. Okay.
IBU, yeah.
Very, very cool. So thank you.
Notice how my IBU wheelhouse is getting a little bit.
I know. You're getting. You're slowly making your way. Now you're just coasting. You're flying. You're learning. Right. How to weave in and out of it. Very good.
Right now my max that's enjoyable for me still is 55. Mm-hmm. Anything above 55 is a little too much for me, a little too bitter for me. But I'm definitely gaining more tolerance for bitter beers. But what I've learned about bitter beers since I've expanded my palate is there's a lot more. You can taste the flavors a lot more the higher the IBU.
Yeah. Yeah.
Primarily with the hops, obviously, but you can I guess the lingering aftertaste is a lot more enjoyable. So yes, drinking my desserts, Ed.
Absolutely. And David, thank you so much for showing up. We appreciate it. Kevin was going to have Two Roads Brewing, the Too Juicy, which he'll explain when he gets here. I believe this is from Kansas City, and I know the person who did the branding for all these. I think that this is from Connecticut. I'm thinking of another brewery entirely. So scratch that. We'll edit that in post. Two Roads is a different brewery altogether. I got mixed up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This seems like it's right in my wheelhouse. I definitely would definitely like one of these. So we'll find out more when he gets here. Are you familiar with this one, Angelo?
I'm not, but actually I had a hazy juicy IPA at California Adventure last week, so I definitely would want to be interested in trying this one.
Yeah,
that was that Bottle Logic beer that I had.
Oh, right. That is probably much the same as this one. Yeah. Yes. Ed's on fire in the chat. His number is 147, which is his age and his IBU. Yes, for absolutely.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
That almost looks like that almost looks like my winning percentage in Pack Wars.
Oh yeah. You're at 211. I think that's the Mendoza. Yeah, right there. All right. My beer is a very interesting one. This is the Third Contact IPA by Divine Science Brewing in Anaheim, California. Now, I wouldn't have gotten this beer had it not been for my girlfriend who got it from Total Wine. And one of the things that was appealing to her was that it's a gluten-free from grain to glass.
Wow.
So Kevin had never heard of this. Kevin lives in Anaheim, and he'd never heard of Divine Science, which I always put to the Weird Science by Oingo Boingo. I keep on saying Divine Science. So I wasn't aware of this either. So all of their craft beers are made from premium malted gluten-free grains like millet, buckwheat, rice, and lentils. Now, if just by looking at that, I'd be like, this is not going to taste great, or it's going to be less of it's not a real IPA, right? It is exactly the opposite of what I thought. If you were to put this in front of me, and you can actually, oh my gosh, like you can almost see through it, but like all the San Diego beers that I love, the West Coast IPAs, like this is exactly the same, although it's gluten-free. Now, for those of you who know or don't know, like I don't have celiac disease, which is usually what, people with gluten-free, different symptoms, of gut issues and stuff like that. So gluten-free is probably going to be for them. Now, it probably wouldn't do anything for me because I don't have any of those. But this is this is so tasty. Like this is, if you were to tell me that this was gluten-free and I was a drinker, I couldn't even tell the difference. So it smells great. It has a aroma of tropical fruits and citrus, which, right in my wheelhouse. It's probably a little bit lighter than like a West Coast IPA like you expect, but it's nonetheless. I mean, you would definitely like this. If you happen to see this, I highly recommend trying it. They actually have this other one, which is the Event Horizon Blonde. I also tried that, and it was equally as good. I'm trying to see. Does it have like the IBA? It's 6.8 ABV. So fantastic. So definitely check that out. Speak of the devil, his adoring fans are looking for him. Look at that.
Oh, hey.
Kevin Lyon.
I'm here. Yay. All right, let me get my beer. Where's my beer?
Kevin with a dramatic entrance.
So a couple things, Michael.
Yes.
In the top, you mentioned I have to be the guy. Be like, Michael, you got the wrong person. You said we interviewed the manager of the Inland Empire 66ers, but we actually interviewed the general manager of the 66ers.
Oh, I thought I said the general manager.
You didn't. That's all right. I'm like, I wish I could have interviewed the manager, Captain Jack Howell. I would love to talk to Jack Howell.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think we need to talk about him a little bit on in that video. So, and when you mentioned the brewery in Kansas City, you were thinking of Boulevard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which, keep an eye out if you guys are aware of Boulevard Brewing. They actually have a beer that I believe is out now, but I don't know where you can find it. A Negro League beer.
That's right.
Celebrating the 100th anniversary of the league. So, but this, I haven't even got a chance to open this yet. One of my coworkers from Connecticut, and so she got me a 4-pack of this. I thought it was just going to be one, but she gave me a 4-pack as a gift because she knew last week was going to be crazy because we're very short-staffed at work. Hence why I'm so late. But it is what it is.
Yeah, so, I think we've all had a tough week.
Let's see if I don't splash my computer. All right, I'm good. Sorry, Angelo. And you know what? I did splash on myself last week when I opened mine too. And I was like, just on myself, like, oh God, get my leg, not anything important.
Yeah, this one looks great. I mean, 8.2 ABV.
Ooh, 8.2. Let's go.
8.2. Hazy, juicy IPA.
I need a glass to see what it looks like. But I don't have my glasses right now. That's all right.
It has Howler Tower, Blanc, Citra, Mandinaria. I think that's what
it says. Keep it juicy and enjoy immediately.
Yeah. Notes of grapefruit, pine, lychee, orange, and tangerine.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Very citrusy. I can
it's
imagine.
Nice. I have a feeling that I don't know what do you know what the IBU is on this?
I don't. I didn't see one, but
okay. I was just curious because it does taste like it'd be a pretty good amount on the IBU, but I don't see it on the can either. But oh yeah, I'm here. Kayfabe Kevin is now here.
Yeah,
that's right. I'm kayfabing. If I'm kayfabing, I'd be here on time. All right.
All right. So let's get into it. This is this day in baseball history for June 15th. June 15th, 1949, shortly after 1 a.m., Ruth Ann Steinhagen shoots Eddie Whitekiss in the chest with a rifle at Chicago's Edgewater Beach Hotel after luring him into her room with an urgent note delivered by the bellhop. The obsessed fan who had become infatuated with the first baseman when he played in Chicago apparently is upset and agitated because the Cubs traded the all-star infielder to the Phillies. So I think we've talked about this like on one of our early shows of the Beer Baseball Blogcast.
I want to say it was something similar. Something similar happened to somebody else, and you tied it in back to this. But this is the more famous story.
That's right. So, I mean, for those who know the movie The Natural with Robert Redford, and this was a lot of people think that it was based on one story, but it was actually a combination of two stories.
Okay, because there was a novel, right?
Yeah,
I thought there was a book that came out in the 50s, and this was. They turned this story into part of the book.
Right. So so that's so it happened on June 15th, 1949. So very interesting. June 15th, 1958, identical twins. My brothers are actually fraternal twins, so there's a twin tie-in here. Identical twins are split up by the Pirates when Eddie O'Brien stays in Pittsburgh, but his brother Johnny, along with third baseman Gene Freese, is traded to the Cardinals for infielder Dick Schofield. Eddie, who appeared in April for the Pirates as a defensive replacement, will finish his tenure with the team that signed him a bonus baby in 1953 without playing another game this season. Wow. So I wasn't aware there were identical twins in the major league. That was interesting to me right there.
Those poor guys. Look at what are those jerseys? They look like they're just like drenched. Gosh.
Yeah,
it looks like they're either really wet or they're like velvet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
which would be terrible, especially on a day like today.
I
Yeah.
think it's probably the former rather than the latter.
Right.
I'd love to see the Pittsburgh Velvet Pirates. That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be pretty amazing too. June 15th, 1963, at Candlestick Park, Juan Marichal no-hits Houston 1-0 to become the first Giants hurler since Carl Hubble accomplished the feat in 1929, and the first since the franchise moved to San Francisco to throw a no-hitter. The 25-year-old Dominican native outduels Colt 45's right-hander Dick Drott, who tosses a complete game 3-hitter.
Oh my god!
Yielding the game's only run in the 8th inning, giving up 2 doubles to Chuck Hiller and Jimmy Davenport. What a game!
Gosh. Wow. I was waiting for you to say it was like a 10-0 win for the Giants, something like that, because I remember when the Colt 45 started, but it would have been like around. This might have been their first year. I don't think they started 62 or 63.
I think they went for. I think it was like 62 to 65, if I'm not mistaken.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. I always think of just like Joe Morgan, like what was his first years, because he was a rookie when they first started. Speaking of rookies, June 15th, 1964, in a 6-player transaction, Chicago deals unknown outfielder Lou Brock, who will become a fixture for the Redbirds for the next 15 years, amassing 3,023 career hits, to St. Louis for right-hander Ernie Broglio. The trade, believed to be a steal at the time for the Cubs, will become infamous when the former 20-game winner pitches poorly for his new team, posting a 7-19 record during his brief 2-year stint with Chicago. And the 24-year-old they gave up enjoys a Hall of Fame career.
Wow.
Yeah. One of the craziest trades I remember. I mean, looking back, obviously hindsight is 2020, but I love this photo. I have no idea where this is at, but this photo is amazing. Look at the way the stands are going. It's like
I was trying to figure it out. I was hoping there'd be someone in the background on the other team, but I'm not sure where this is.
I have no idea where this is.
Because it's definitely not spring training, obviously. It is a major league stadium, so I'm guessing it might be like Crosley or something like that, because it's definitely not Wrigley. Definitely, I don't think it's Wrigley.
Definitely not really. I mean, the Polar.
My guess would be
maybe?
Crosley or
Crosley, yeah.
Were the Cardinals still at Sportsman Park at that point?
Oh, that could be, because this doesn't look familiar at all. So it might be Sportsman's Park for all.
You gotta love that Viceroy cigarette ad up there. Too.
I was just looking at that right now. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's not too strong, not too light.
I love those. I love it when they have the old cigarette ads where like it looked like the smoke blowing through the thing, like someone's mouth, but they cut it out. So if I ever, and I will, if I ever have, I want to make like a wiffle ball park, but I want to do those types of things, have those types of old advertising out there. That would be amazing.
You gotta have like what they had in that Bull Durham with like, if you hit the bowl, you win like $100 or something.
Oh, totally. I like the one that's kind of underrated is the one that at Angel Stadium, where if you hit it in the big paint can out in left center.
Is that still there? I don't remember.
It might not be.
Well, you'll be able to report back to us on Thursday.
That's true.
Yeah, I know. Well, aren't you going this weekend?
On Sunday.
On Sunday. There you go. So if I miss it, you can catch it.
Yeah. There you go. Yes. Oh, Cowboy Jack Durango wants to be. Would you mind being? Yeah, he can run security for it. It's going to be a craft brewery / wiffle ball field. Can't wait.
And I saw Ed Brown mention Winston cigarettes.
Idea,
I believe that's the brand that Fred Flintstone smoked. Look that up, kids, on YouTube.
Yes, exactly. June 15th, 1976, in a 10-player trade between the Orioles and Yankees, both teams exchange 4 pitchers and a catcher. Baltimore sends pitchers Ken Holtzman, Doyle Alexander, Jimmy Freeman, and Grant Jackson, along with catcher Elrod Hendricks, to New York for pitchers Tippy Martinez, Rudy May, Scott McGregor, and Dave Pagan, and catcher Rick Dempsey. Now, I love these big, I love the big trades. When the whole bunch of people, a whole glut of players go to another team and vice versa. Angelo, Do you have any idea who any of these players are?
Can't say that I do.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, some of the names sounded familiar. Tippy Martinez was one of them.
Yes.
There were a couple others that I think. What was the last one before the
He's
catcher?
on the bottom right there. That's Rick Dempsey.
Rick Dempsey. Yep.
He had a really good run with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
and the Dodgers. Underrated
right.
with the Dodgers as well.
Yeah.
This was I am the baby of the bunch. So this was 7 years before I was born. So
Yeah.
Which I like to say, no excuse.
Yeah.
that's also true because it's in the history books.
There you go.
But looking at this, like Baltimore got such a better at the trade here.
I agree.
You know, because Tippy Martinez did well for them. Scott McGregor, I think, was had a really good run with them for a few years there. And Dempsey, he was their catcher for quite a while, and he was stuck because he's Thurman Munson's backup. So it's not like he's ever really going to get much of a chance to play. You know, except if he was on the Yankees a few years later when they started moving Munson around because his knees were starting to go out.
Well, if you remember correctly, like, you know, if this is 76, I mean, the Yankees got good after this. This trade.
77 was they got another guy from the Baltimore Orioles who was on that team that year, Mr. Jackson.
That's it.
Friend of the show.
That's right. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Joe's personal longtime friend of the show.
Yes, exactly. Reggie joined in 77 and there was a lot of drama, but they won 2 World Series there, you know?
Yep. June 15th, 1976, massive flooding in Houston metropolitan area prevents umpiring crew from reaching the Astrodome and causes the first rainout in the enclosed ballpark's history. Wow. The Pirates and Astros players who had arrived early for practice shared their clubhouse meal on the field with a few diehard fans who braved the elements hoping to see a game. So not technically a rain out, but a rain in.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So the only time that happened in the history of the Astrodome. So
that's great.
Very
I was looking forward to what you were going to, because over the weekend we shoot tease for the week on the Patreon. And I was like, what's he talking about? What's this going to be? And I was looking forward to seeing what this was.
I definitely thought it was going to have to do with some roof malfunction of the Metrodome, for sure. I definitely wasn't expecting the flood.
No, it's like the Metrodome when the too much snow got on the roof and it burst through. There's always like leaks in the roof and stuff like that. That's always seen. But this is the first rain in of the Astrodome. Now, there's a lot of trades on this day as well. June 15th, 1977, the Mets deal Tom Seaver, known as the franchise, to the Reds for pitcher Pat Zachary, second baseman Doug Flynn, and minor leaguers Steve Henderson and Dan Norman. New York also trades Dave Kingman to the Angels for Bobby Valentine and a minor league player.
Wow.
Awesome.
Man. I'm just like, man, it's too bad. Can you imagine if he was on the Reds a year or two earlier? Oh my gosh! Because the Reds' peak ended in '76 when they beat the Yankees. This is the year they're the world champions, and they pulled off a trade like that.
Yep.
But then it was the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers were becoming big time on the West Coast. So
right. Yep. And I love the picture of Tom Seaver on the left. I mean, he looks a little chubby there, and just there's something going on with his lip. I'm not sure if it's like chew.
You're like, that's the franchise. The franchise.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. The franchise. Speaking of the Mets, I guess June 15 is a notorious day for them. Well, they got rid of one player here, but they got on June 15th, 1983, the Cardinals trade former MVP Keith Hernandez to the Mets for a pair of right-handed pitchers Neil Allen and Rick Ownby. Wow. The righties will compile a 21-22 record for the Redbirds, and the Gold Glove first baseman will spend next 7 seasons in New York, batting .297, playing an instrumental role in the Mets World Championship in 1986. Yeah, as a Cardinal fan, I was only 13 when this happened. This was kind of heartbreaking. This is when I kind of first figured out like baseball is a business, and these players don't stay at one team forever. But from what I remember, yeah, Ed says, yeah, ridiculous trade of Hernandez, also of Seaver, but actually at this time. Keith Hernandez had actually become, and I think, admittedly, a problem in the clubhouse. I think the nose candy was actually a factor in this. He'd become pretty arrogant.
Gray on that mustache of the Mets. Well, then he sent him to the Mets. That's really going to help if he.
And he went to the Mets, which is like the worst. Yeah, and so yeah, he was a part of those that '86 team, that infamous.
And you're a Cardinal fan, so you would know. Was Jack Clark already on the Cardinals by that point?
No, he wasn't there till '85.
Okay, because I was trying to figure out, did they have another guy who they wanted to play first base? And that's the
if I'm not mistaken, let's see, '83. God, who is there? Like George Hendrick, maybe.
Ken Oberkfell was what, third base?
Ken Oberkfell, it was third base. He might have gone to the Braves by that time. But yeah. But yeah,
and again, I mean, Cardinals are defending world champions, and there they are sending one of their guys. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And how about this? This all comes around. Guess who just got voted into the Cardinals Hall of Fame? Keith Hernandez. Yeah, and actually he was kind of shy about it, and kind of humble about it. He was pretty arrogant during that time, and he admits that a lot. He goes, "I'm pretty like flabbergasted that the Cardinal fans voted me in because I feel like I wasn't a good Cardinal at the time, and he's mostly known for being on the Mets, even though he won the MVP in '79.
Michael, I have a quick question. Is
Yeah.
that black stuff under his eyes? Is that part of his Just for Men that maybe he wiped it off his head and wiped it under his eye?
Oh yeah, that's a big issue right now, right?
But it's Just for Men. It's you've seen those commercials. Come on.
Well, there's a lot of substances going on back then as well as now. So, yep. June 15th, 1993, at the Kingdom, Ken Griffey Jr. hits his 100th career home run, leading off the 8th inning in a Mariners 6-1 victory over the Royals, becoming the 6th youngest player to reach the milestone. The 23-year-old future Hall of Famer outfielder was only older than Mel Ott, Tony Conigliaro, Eddie Matthews, Johnny Bench, Hank Aaron when he hit the century mark. How about this? This is great. I mean, this is obviously the kid, Angelo's one of Angelo's favorite players, one of all of our favorite players, of course, because he was awesome during that era. But who did Griffey get the hit off of? I bet you'll never guess in a million years.
Who did they play against?
They played against the Royals. And trust me, I don't think you're going to know his name. He's not a household name. But to us, he's going to become one of our favorites. Are you ready for this? Get your beers ready. Billy Brewer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
Salud, Billy Brewer. Win-loss record, 11-11. Lifetime. Earned run average, 4.79. Strikeouts, 137. And 5 saves. Salud.
You know,
Future member of the BBB Hall of Fame.
The two cards on the screen looks like what's different in each picture. You remember those
Yes.
activity photos? Yeah, that's what that looks like. Because it looks identical almost.
Yep. And Billy Brewer. I didn't even know there was a Billy Brewer. That's amazing.
Yeah. That's great.
So there's a Bernie Brewer. There's a Billy Brewer.
Yep.
There's a Seth Beer. There's a who is the brewer for the Fresno Grizzlies? Who's the pitching coach for the Fresno Grizzlies?
Was it Mike?
I think it's Mike Brewer. I think it might be.
If you watch the, we might talk about him if you watch the show on tomorrow, or we talked about the Patreon preview. I don't know if we mentioned it on the actual.
Yeah, we did. It was in the preview video. Yeah, so awesome. So I wanted to make a mention of that. So great to the kid, but Billy Brewer, You're our man. Thank you so much for popping up here on the Beer Baseball Blogcast. Okay, it's time for a video.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So on June 15th, 1999, for the Brewers, pitcher Jim Abbott, born without a right hand, gets his first hit in his 11-year career when he connects in the fourth inning for an RBI single off John Lieber in the team's 11-4 victory over the Cubs at County Stadium.
Wow.
The Southpaw did not bat, playing for the Angels and Yankees due to the designated hitter rule in the American League. And this was no like fluke hit. This was pretty solid.
He probably had a bat when he pitched at Michigan.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
I don't know if I don't believe college ball has the DH rule.
And what a shame this happened. There's a baseball axiom that you never make the first or third out at third base. And that guy took it away from. Think if he would have run the bases and he could have scored, in this inning too, which is even more amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, and I think we also talked about this in one of our first Beer Baseball Blogcast shows as well. And lastly, June 15th, 2016. I'm not trying to take anything away from Ichiro. He's had a Hall of Fame career, but the next thing you know, they'll be counting his high school hits. Pete Rose said that on this day about Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro Suzuki, ninth inning double in the Marlins 6-3 loss to the Padres at Petco Park, raises his professional hit total to 4,257, surpassing Pete Rose's all-time major league mark. The 42-year-old outfielder's total includes 1,278 hits he collected for Oryx in Japan's Pacific League. I love it. I love it. And we have another kind of mutual friend that we talked to about baseball. And I remember we were at the time this was happening. I kind of said to him, like, Pete Rose probably wouldn't have gone to Japan to play professionally because he was Pete Rose, right? And it just wasn't a thing back then. So Ichiro, what he was doing was, and I thought it was best described by our mutual friend, that this is a very modern record. Only in today's baseball could a guy from Japan play that long, come over to the major leagues and have that opportunity. It's kind of like you couldn't do like here, go over there and do the same thing. So, I love Ichiro, and I remember seeing him during his Marlins days. And this was always fun. I got such a thrill like to see him. He pinch hit and actually got a hit at Dodger Stadium. So I was, and by the way, can we please end on the note that Pete Rose has the Hit King on his collar?
Yes. I can't stop looking. I couldn't stop looking at that. But you picked a great photo because that literally could be him watching Ichiro get a hit.
Yes, that was exactly. That's probably his reaction.
That is not the Hit King.
Yes, and Cowboy Jack Durango, WWE Hall of Famer.
Ichiro? When did Ichiro go in?
He's in Japan's WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh gosh.
All right, so let's do it. Let's get to baseball card pack wars. Here are the standings. Kevin with a commanding lead, but under that 500 mark, so we all think less of him.
Started without me.
Yes. Here are the baseball card pack wars rules. We're going to open our packs, relic cards, and we're looking for relic cards, autograph cards. 1 point for each first two rounds. The wild card is 2 points. And we all drink when we get a Brewers card. Cowboy Jack Durango is doing illicit drugs and drinking heavily before we even start. So let's get to it. Let me switch this up over here. Kevin, why don't you go first?
All right. Well, let me get a opening day.
Yep.
2021. And if you guys haven't yet, be sure to, if you haven't seen the video, Angelo did a preview of Top Series 2. Apparently, I can't open a pack of cards now. Arthritis is going to happen eventually. You know what I mean? It happens if you're here for over a century. All right. We have now Cardinal, my old friend Nolan Arenado.
Yeah.
I believe he's leading the league in home runs, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Snell, Gary Sanchez, Justin Verlander, Sterling Marte, and Legends of Baseball, Mr. Harmon Killebrew.
Nice, nice. Angelo.
All right. None of us have gotten a relic yet, right? In this, relics are hard to come by in opening day.
And
Actually,
these ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was thinking I did, but I'm mixing up. I'm thinking of Heritage.
all right. Get your beers ready. Christian Yelich.
Yeah.
Yay!
We got Chadwick Trump. Looking
What?
frustrated.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Chadwick
Yeah,
Trump.
you have a neck brace on? What happened there?
Yeah.
Was he wearing one of the donuts that they put on the bat around his neck? I mean, come on.
We have Fernando Tatis Jr.
Nice.
I didn't know it was my roast tonight, by the way. Okay, roast
Aaron
left and right.
Judge. We have a rookie of Christian Javier. And I heard this kid's pretty good. Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And outstanding opening day 2010, Albert Pujols. A young and spry Albert Pujols. Look
Yes.
at that.
He's young and spry again as a Dodger.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
exactly. All right, here we go. Last but not least. All right. Edwin Rios of the Dodgers. Freddie Freeman, Braves. Now a National, but here on the Pirates, Josh Bell. Aaron Nola, who I don't think he's pitched this year for the Phillies. James Carpellian. He's actually doing really good this year. I like his name because I wonder. Let's see. Yeah, he's from Tustin, but I gotta believe he's Armenian with his last name. A variation on the well, maybe not a variation, but for the Angels, Albert Pujols. And this is an interesting one. This is the opening day card for the Washington Nationals.
Huh.
All right, Kevin, what do you got?
All right, my Justin Verlander is 209.
Oh,
Oh,
yuck.
no.
Chadwick Trump, 210.
Why are you
Ooh.
groaning then?
210.
I didn't groan.
You think me by one? I heard a growl. I thought that was from you.
That was
but you
me.
think by
That was
one.
me. It's only because I think my highest was 173, and it is.
I was hoping you had 211. That would have been really funny.
That would have been awesome. But I got one.
Right
got
on,
one.
Angelo. Back in the high life again. All right.
All right. Pack number 2.
Yeah, we need to get some more cards.
We have a lot of opening days.
That's true.
We need to get our hand on some Series 2.
All right, Juan Soto. Future Stars, Randy Arozarena. B. Craw. Casey Mize, rookie. Manny Machado. Garrett Cole. And Legends
Check
of
that ball.
Baseball, Stan Musial.
All right.
Nice. Go
Better
for it.
picture than his statue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Callback. And to an earlier show as well.
All right. So for this pack, I have rookie card of Joey Bart, Craig Kimbrell, or Kimbrell. Right. Rookie card here of Alec Bohm, Marcus Semien, Raisel Iglesias, rookie card of Mr. Joe Adell, and I got the Tampa Bay Rays mascot Raymond.
That's
That's
pretty
awesome.
it's so low rent, but it's so
I
perfect.
just like
Yeah.
what? I had to look
Raymond.
for it. Really, his name's Raymond? Oh, yeah.
Wow. Something about
Jeez.
Raymond.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah, I think the Garrett Cole sticky stuff in the house. Yes.
Yeah, I was
Spot
saying
attack.
someone took that ball in that picture.
Spot
Yeah,
attack.
no, it took me a while to get to the next card because it was stuck to my fingers.
Isn't that awesome? That
It's like those 1991 Stadium Club or whatever year that was.
Right, exactly. I love how now it went from the batters now all the pitchers are vilified now. And right, we have to have villains. I think it's awesome that they have all this stuff. The bad thing there was actually a Tyler Glasnow interview where he says that he doesn't use anything anymore and he thinks he got hurt because of it. So it's kind of interesting. Well, see, they're not using it. Remember, the whole thought is that they're not using it to cheat. They're using it to kind of get grip on the ball. So like that's why they rub up the balls. But even though that they're rubbed up, they're not. Yeah. They don't want to hurt anybody. So it's like I saw who was it last night for the A's? Actually, he ducked out of the way and the helmet kind of shifted and he got hit right in the back of the head.
Oh god!
It was the Angels game last night.
Oh, okay, I didn't get you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's getting scary. I've seen so many people get hit in the head this year, so it's kind of scary. Ryan Castellani for the Rockies. Let's see here. Kevin Biggio for the Blue Jays. Austin Meadows for the Rays. Sonny Gray for the Reds. Let's see here. Luis Robert for the White Sox. Nick Heath for the Royals. Speaking of the Royals, this is
Billy Brewer.
Slugger. Slugger. Get it?
I was hoping it was Billy Brewer. I was getting really excited.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
213. Juan Soto.
He's better than last
213. Wow.
Craig Kimbrell, 194.
Wow, I'm not even close. I have a 170. I had 173 last time. I have a 175 this time. So on the losing
Angelo
end.
is hot on the opening day.
Hot hand. Going into.
We need more Brewers. This is still, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going to win. At least give me some Brewers.
Does everyone still have wild cards, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yep.
So we'll go with. Let's go with outfielders.
Nice. That should be a good one.
So I got 2020 Topps Heritage Baseball, 9 cards there. So starting things off, not good. Starlin Castro. I got one here with Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Pitcher Vince Velasquez. Second baseman Joe Panik.
Geez, if you said National League, you'd be killing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Flashback 71. This is Don Sutton.
Oh, wow.
One hit propels
cool card,
surging Dodgers. Outfielder Ian Happ. So I got 2.
All National League.
Yeah, everybody.
This is also National League. 2020 rookie stars from the Dodgers, Dustin May pitcher and second baseman Gavin Lux. I got outfielder Kyle Tucker from the Astros.
And American Leaguer. There you go.
The dual positions help me here. Matt Beatty, first base, outfield, Dodgers. So I got 4.
Wow.
I like it. Good job. Oh,
Right,
I'm
you're
up.
up.
Hey now. Let's see. I have 2019 Tops of the Class, 5 cards.
Uh-oh.
So, wish me luck.
How many do you have, Angelo?
4.
4. Yeah.
So I need to be perfect.
Hopefully, yes.
I mean, I'm Mr. 500, but let's see if I can be perfect.
Let's see.
Well,
let's see
this started off great. I have Max Scherzer.
Okay. Just one on a DL today.
Third baseman Matt Carpenter.
Just one on the bench today, and this whole season.
Outfielder Andrew McCutchen.
Doing okay.
Too little, too late here. Oh wait, there's more than 5 cards in here. That's weird. This is a National Baseball card day, but I'm counting it because Mookie Betts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's 2. Carlos Correa shortstop and Chris Davis DH. Ugh.
All right. Okay.
Gosh. I'm cold because there's like 90 degrees here in Anaheim.
I know. Oh.
Oh,
Cheers on.
Topps Baseball Series
14
1.
cards.
So 14 cards. So, which is you think would be good, but you never know. The way my luck has been going.
Could get the pitcher back.
Outfielders. This is league leaders. This is Jose Abreu. He's an outfielder, yeah. It doesn't say.
First base.
Oh, he's a first. Yeah,
First base.
Forget it.
Nice
this
try.
is Lurie Garcia. Not a second baseman. This is shortstop Alberto Mondesi.
Honestly, yeah.
And
His dad was an outfielder, but that doesn't count.
that's
Sorry.
true.
Nope.
Santiago Espinal. He is not. He's a shortstop as well. For the Justin Verlander, pitcher. See, that's exactly what I said. Get your beers ready.
Finally.
For Omar Narvaez. He's actually doing really good.
But it doesn't matter. He's not an outfielder,
Doesn't
right?
matter. Yeah. Get your beers ready. At least we're having brewers. This is Orlando Arcia.
Oh, nice.
Oh boy, this is terrible. Evan White for the Mariners. Oh goodness gracious! Finally, Jesse Winker for the Reds. One. Luis Garcia, shortstop for the Nationals. That is not one.
Jeez.
Wilmer Flores. This is actually numbered out of 2021.
Oh, right on.
Gold. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Easy. There's a shortstop.
Unfortunately, unfortunately.
In this pack.
Yeah. This is not Blake Snell. He plays outfield, right?
If I was gonna give you one, I would have give you Abreu. Sorry.
Oh my goodness! I told you I had 14 cards and I lost this one. This is Corey Seager and another infielder, Marcus Semien. Look at that, 1 out of 14. Angelo.
Jeez, Angelo.
Angelo
4-0.
sweeps.
Let's go.
Nicely
Get your
done.
broom ready.
Wow.
Get your broom ready.
Get your broom, Angelo.
Wow, that is a callback. Ed, who so as Howard Hessman, but was it Howard Hessman before? There was actually 2 teachers for head of the class. Who was the other one?
I was gonna just say I wish I would have gotten Robin Givens around that period on head of the
Oh,
class.
that was, yes.
Well, I don't know. She was pretty out there.
Without looking, who was the other teacher on head of the class? Not
After Howard or before Howard?
I want to say it was after.
after.
It was definitely after.
Okay.
Dr. Johnny Fever to you.
Yeah, I was
Kevin.
gonna say I'm like him.
The good doctor's in. All right, so let's wrap up with some baseball trivia.
I still want to know the head of the class trivia.
Okay. I don't think Ed has the answer.
Let's give it to the end of this next question. And see
Okay,
what
so
they
the end of
do.
the next question, I'll give it to you.
I want
I'll give it to
Cowboy
you.
Jack to give his answer. Who he thinks?
Well, he already did, and he said Ricky Wild Thing Vaughn, which is not the case.
Can I say it's Bob Golick?
Bob Golick.
Yeah, he was a teacher on. Was he a teacher or principal on Saved by the Bell later on?
Wow.
Who was the?
I'm going the next generation of Actually, people love Saved by the Bell. I better not say anything.
Yeah, he was like the dorm. Whatever.
Oh, okay, I thought he was a teacher.
Like a hall monitor, but for the dorm.
Yeah. But he was a teacher though. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was also the dorm. Yeah.
Like Sinbad was in what was that one with
A different world.
No, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole with all this stuff. By the way, the answer to the head of the class is Billy Connolly.
Okay.
So he's like I think
That's a weird choice, but okay.
It is. He was actually really good in it, by the way. Okay. So baseball trivia. Who is the all-time home run leader for the Cincinnati Reds? Your choices are Frank Robinson, Tony Perez, Johnny Bench, or Adam Dunn.
Interesting. The name I thought of immediately is one of the 4, but there's another name in there I didn't even consider. So,
Yep. So without Googling in the chat, please give your educated guess as to the, this is the all-time home run leader for the Cincinnati Reds. Now they have a very long history.
Yes,
So
sir.
there's a lot of people on this list.
And I laugh because, Michael, I think I actually can give you the number for 2 of these guys.
Wow, that's impressive.
I know, like, why would I know such a thing?
Because
Rain
you're
Man.
a savant.
I know, it's such a Rain Man thing.
No, Pete Rose was not a home run hitter like Ichiro.
And not just that, I mean, I guess, he did spend a good amount of time of his career at the Phillies as well,
Yeah, Bubba Pug going with Tony Perez. Interesting. Adam, well done. Yes. Always the wrestling angle. Daily Sports Talks going with Frank Robinson.
Okay.
Ed going with Dr. Johnny Fever. I think that's from our last conversation.
Hey, well, Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
See, that was good.
Cincinnati, WKRP.
I'm gonna go with Adam Dunn.
Wow, that's a great guy.
Yeah, only
I didn't think about.
Yeah, only because that's also one I didn't think about. And I just think of it's probably had more opportunity in the modern era to get that, and is the most recent player on that list. So I don't know.
Yep. The only reason why I don't think I'm going to go with him is because I don't remember him being that on the team for that long. And then you look at it, Tony Perez and Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench I know for sure only played on the Reds. And Tony Perez, I believe, only played on the Reds as well. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. If he played for another team, it would not have been that long. And
Tony Perez played for the Phillies as well.
Okay. And then Frank, I don't remember if Frank Robinson had been on the because Frank had somewhere in the low 500s, I want to say. And I don't remember him being on the Reds long enough. But here's how I can make you laugh. If I remember right, Tony Perez had 321 home runs. And I think Johnny Bench had like 389. Wow. So I think it's Johnny Bench.
Okay. That's incredible.
For some reason, when I was going to I was going to games as a kid. I would just be reading stuff if I'm games. We would be going to games early at like 6 o'clock, straight from school. I'd be doing my homework and I just look for stuff to read. So I remember all this stupid stuff.
That's insane. So Angelo going with Adam Dunn. You're going with who?
Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if we have anybody. Adam Dunn actually had a very, very prolific stretch with the Reds where he was hitting nothing but bombs. He was either striking out or hitting home runs. But your home run leader for the Cincinnati Reds is Johnny Bench. So Johnny Bench, 389 home runs.
Wow, I was right. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Frank Robinson's 324. Joey Votto, 303. I'm not sure if I wonder if that's updated. Tony Perez, 287. Adam Dunn, 270. So he had a great run.
Yeah.
Ted Kluszewski, 251. A guy who gets kind of forgotten for the and actually met him. I have a picture with him. George Foster, 244.
Heck, he hit 50 home runs one season.
That's right.
But he was also on the Mets and a couple other teams, so that's probably why he's not higher up there.
Yep. Number 8 is Jay Bruce with 233.
Oh, yeah.
How about this? Ken Griffey Jr., 210.
Wow.
Wow.
And last but not least, in 10th place is Eric Davis with 203. Another and I was
thinking of him at first too, but I knew he wasn't on it long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so some big names on there, but it's like, Johnny Bench is like, I forgot that he was the home run champion for the Reds. And again, they've been around for a long time.
Well, you got to remember, though, he played like almost 20 years with only the Reds. That's the only team he played on,
That's right, because he was in the 60s and then into the 70s and a little bit into the 80s, correct?
Yeah, I think he retired on 83-ish.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Oh, before I get to this one, I wanted to. Ryan had a question. Anyone know of any good eating spots in Charlotte, North Carolina?
I don't offhand.
I don't know.
So.
Yeah, I don't know either. So Ryan was on his way back from his honeymoon, and their flight was delayed, so they missed their connecting flight. So he's stuck in Charlotte, North Carolina. So honeymoon extended.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be hard too because it's already almost 10 o'clock out there. So
Right.
places might already be closed for the night out there.
Uber Eats it is, Big Teach.
Yeah.
Or-
you
That's
gotta
an
catch-
interesting question here. This is a really interesting question.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
the hotel bar.
Yes, and also I wanted to make mention the Charlotte Knights minor
yeah.
league baseball team there.
Yep.
So check that out if they're there, if they're home. So yeah, our second question, without Googling, who is the all-time hits leader for the Detroit Tigers? Another team with a very long history.
Yep.
Your choices are Mr. Tiger, Al Kaline, Ty Cobb, Charlie Gehringer, or Harry Heilman. Boy, it's a mouthful.
I thought you were gonna throw Hank. I thought Hank Greenberger's would be one of the 4 choices. What?
I don't know.
Tiger?
You're right.
I know. I'm just like. And heck, now I mean Cabrera's almost getting close to 3,000 too. I don't remember how long he's been with the Tigers, but it's been quite a while.
Cowfish
What?
Sushi Burger, recommended by Ric Flair.
Oh, there you go.
There you
All
go.
right.
See, we have all the answers here. You don't have to.
He's
go anywhere.
I see here. He's got a place called Bennigan's. That'd be like the place they would all meet up at after a show.
Yes.
Hey, we're going to Bennigan's.
It's actually a real thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bubble Pug going with Mr. Tiger, Al Kaline, who unfortunately passed away, I think, last year.
Last year, yeah.
Daily Sports Talk, definitely Kaline.
Oh,
Definitely.
wow.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What are you thinking, Angelo?
Man, it's between 1 and 2. There's the website for you, Big Teach 45 for the Cowfish Sushi Burger.
Yes.
The Cowfish
that sounds amazing. I want that so bad right now.
I don't even know what it looks like, but I want to know what it looks like.
I don't know. I'm booking a flight.
For me, it's between Al Kaline and Ty Cobb. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing, guys. The Cowfish Sushi Burger, it looks so good.
Wow. Okay, there you go.
Ryan,
Ask and you
there
shall
you go.
Hopefully it's still open. Is he have to fly back in the morning?
I don't know when he's flying
All right,
back.
Brian, let's know when you're
Yeah.
flying back. Hopefully you can get over there. They're still open.
That'd be amazing. I would love that. Please take pictures and we'll share it.
Yeah.
Colin says Ty Cobb. Cowboy Jack Durango going with Ty Cobb. But don't let any of that influence you. I want you to.
Cowboy Jack Durango is going for the jack off to win.
Wow.
It's a family show, Kevin.
Jack
Family
off
show.
home run. Very good, Jack.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Well,
That
it's,
8.2, that 8.2 is hitting hard or what?
No.
there's we have another mutual friend who was actually in St. Louis for a very rare event.
I think it was in St. Louis or San Diego.
It
I don't
was
remember
in
which,
St.
but
Louis. It was in
it
St.
was. That's
Louis.
great.
Jed Jerko. Jed Jerko was playing for the St. Louis Cardinals at that time. And so Jed Jerko hit a game-winning hit, which he said he
God.
witnessed the only jerk-off. Fantastic. So
I'm glad we got to tell that story on the air. Very good.
Yes, yeah, it was fantastic. Though,
All right.
yeah.
Let's.
I'm gonna go Al Kaline.
Okay.
Final answer.
Number one.
I don't remember Ty Cobb playing on anybody else but the Tigers, but I may be forgetting something. So I'll go with Ty Cobb. I'll agree with Cowboy Jack, believe it or not.
That's right. Jed Jerko played for the Brewers. That's right.
Yep.
He's a great player. Okay, so you're going with Ty Cobb. Angelo's going with Al Kaline, Mr.
I mean,
Tiger.
LS 3000. All's a
Yes.
Tiger. So did Ty beat it?
And the answer is Ty Cobb. 3,900 hits
Wow.
with the Tigers.
See, I didn't remember him playing with another team. That's the reason why I figured it might have been him. It had to be him.
Yep.
Wow.
Al Kaline.
That's a great photo, by the way.
I love this picture because this is always the one that they always kind of show. And it's just like, yeah, it's like he's just, I don't know. It's so weird.
I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. Al Kaline actually had 3,007 hits. But there's so many people. Like the top 10, the very last guy has 1,700, almost 1,800 hits. So let me go through this. So it's Ty Cobb, Al Kaline, Charlie Gehringer, 2,839, Harry Heilman, 2,499, Sam Crawford, 2,466, Sweet Lou Whitaker, 2,369, Alan Trammell, right behind him. So 6 and 7, Lou Whitaker, Alan Trammell, 2,365.
I would have thought Trammell would be more than that. Wow.
Miguel Cabrera, 2,062. A guy I've never even heard of, Bobby Veach, 1859. Wow. And Norm Cash, who just died recently, right? Did we say that?
I don't remember us talking about that, though.
Oh, no. Sorry, he didn't. I hope I didn't put him in the grave. I didn't mean to do that. Actually, he was the answer to another question. I think was it San Diego? Norm Cash? Did we say that for the home runs last week?
That was Nate Colbert. You're thinking of last week.
Nate Colbert. Okay, so
yes.
But Norm Cash was somewhere
in the grave is me. All right.
Yes.
I'm the only one who needs to be thrown in the grave.
So Norm Cash, 1793. So
So wait a second. Hank Greenberg isn't even in the top 10.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's how, they've had. They're one of the first baseball teams, right? So
yeah.
So their list is very long. So yeah. Told you, walk-off, game over. Yeah.
Yep,
the great thing about baseball, Jack, is it's only one game. There's always a game tomorrow. Yes, congratulations. All right, so lastly, unfortunately, it's not the part of the show that I love, but I love honoring the people that actually have unfortunately passed away. This is Jim Mudcat Grant, who passed away just recently. The American League's first black 20-game winner and author. He was also an author, which I'll make mention of in a second. He pitched 14 seasons with 7 different teams from 1958 to 1971. He pitched for the Indians, the Twins, the Dodgers, the Expos, the Cardinals, the Athletics. He was actually on those great teams for the early Pirates from 70 and 71. And then he finished with the Athletics in 1971 as well. In 1965, Grant became the first black pitcher to win 20 games in a season in the American League and the first black pitcher to win a World Series game for the American League as well. He pitched 2 complete game World Series victories in 1965. That's when he was playing for the Minnesota Twins. Hitting a 3-run home run in Game 6. He was named the Sporting News American League Pitcher of the Year that year. Spent the first 7 years with Cleveland, and then went to the Twins in 64, where he made his greatest impact. Let's see, what else is here? He was, this is interesting, Kevin. So in 2007, Grant released the Black Aces book. Baseball's only African-American 20-game winners, featuring chapters on each of the black pitchers who have had at least one 20-win season. Also featuring Negro League players that Mudcat felt would have been 20-game winners if they were allowed to play.
Oh, wow.
So Kevin and I would go to a place, it was a baseball reliquary, the Shrine of the Eternals. He was actually an inductee in 2012. 4 years later, he was awarded the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters from Whittier College here in California in 2016. So this guy had a lot of impact in the game, and definitely...
he was definitely an activist, too, in his time in the 60s. That's definitely a thing that did not get lost. that's probably how he ended up getting to the reliquary, was his actions off the field during a critical period in the 60s, you know?
Yeah. And I love the ability. I mean, this is one of the great gifts of this. I mean, we love doing this every week, but like learning about these players that had such a great impact, not only on baseball, but like as society as a whole. So I knew the name, but I surely did not know the history. And I really wish I would have known a lot more about this before his passing. But we're glad that we can honor him in all of this as well. So cheers, Jim Mudcat Grant. We hardly knew ye, but now we do, and you'll definitely be in our lexicon, and we honor you.
There you go. I didn't get to do that at the beginning, so there we go. Do it at the end.
All right, that is the show we had planned for you today. If you'd like to become a supporter of our efforts here on the Beer Baseball blog, please go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Beer Baseball. Please, a free thing you can do for us is just go to our social media and like, subscribe, follow, tell a friend. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Angelo is doing now content on Facebook every Monday. On our YouTube, Angelo opens up packs. That's been a lot of fun for Angelo. I'm so impressed that you've really. I was looking at the videos. Oh, you have over 20 videos now on YouTube alone.
Yeah, and I love it, and it's so fun for me. Obviously, opening the packs are super fun, but chasing cards on eBay and on the secondary market has also been pretty fun for me. I'm actually I bought some 2019 stuff here recently that I'm going to be opening up pretty soon between Monday Night Rip and the Beer and Break to try to chase some Fernando Tatis Jr. rookie cards. So should be a fun time. But yeah, I'm having such a fun time doing it, and I'm happy to be able to provide that content for the channel.
Yeah, it's super fun, and we appreciate it every week. And I always look forward to it's just so it's funny how that has become such a kind of go-to. It's like whenever I see those satisfying videos, just opening packs and seeing what's in there, it's so satisfying. And so I'm so glad that you're doing that every week. And thank you for all your hard effort on that. Kevin, do you have anything that you would like to promote?
Oh, sure. Why not? You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Lock and Loll. That's LOKNLOLL. I don't think I've said this the last couple weeks, but make sure you're supporting the local brewery. Make sure you're supporting minor league team if they're around you. If you're a Brewer fan, look at their affiliates, support them. They need your money more than those major league teams do. Oh, yeah, and if you need to laugh, make sure you email jokeland@aol.com or call 516-922-WINE. And because this is about to start, 7:30 Pacific, coming up right after this, go to Twitch, Museum of Home Video, if you want to see some interesting footage. Tonight, they're going to show clips from the Richard Pryor show that aired in 1976 on NBC. Wow. And it actually has a really young Robin Williams, Paul Mooney, Sandra Bernhard, a couple others. And they're going to show you something about Indonesian action film star who is known as Rambu. R-A-M-B.
Rambu. Oh my God, I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what that's all about. But that's at 7:30. It's free on Museum of Home Video on their Twitch page.
Yeah, twitch.tv /Museum of Home Video. So definitely check. We definitely support them. They do incredible work. And remember, tomorrow at noon Pacific, speaking of minor leagues, is the premiere of the Inland Empire 66ers video that we did. Can't wait to do more of this. Super fun. So definitely check that out. And that's how you can support us. So we super appreciate it. All right. So join us next Tuesday. Actually, if you're a Patreon supporter, we're doing videos every Saturday or Sunday in the weekend and updating on the stuff that we're doing.
We're working on a happy hour too. We are
working on some happy hours. We're working on some other stuff coming up soon. So definitely check us out this weekend and also next Tuesday for another Beer Baseball Blogcast for more craft beer and curveballs. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We'll see you next time. Good night.